Welcome into WTIM, your information station. It's time now for the WTIM Pana Morning Show. It's brought to you by our title sponsor, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, along with Pizza Man, Norton's Hardware, your Pana Save a Lot, Whiskey Bill, Saloon and Liquor Emporium, the City of Pana, and Locked and Loaded Limited. On the phone line, we have Superintendent Scott Dorr of Nokomis School District. How are you doing today, Superintendent Dorr?
Wonderful, Tim. How about yourself?
Doing super well, and it's so good to have you back on our airwaves here, talking all about Nokomis schools generally. How have things been since the last time we talked? We're nearing our holiday break already.
Yeah, it's really going quick. It's hard to believe that we're almost facing December, and kids will be completing the week at the end of today for the Thanksgiving holiday, and first semester is going to be wrapping up before you know it.
My goodness, so it's 2 week, two-day school week for those kiddos this week.
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Yep. Okay. Other things in Nokomis schools, I know your sports and world of sports over there. You guys are doing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some great accomplishments in our athletic program so far this year, with our high school volleyball team making it all the way to the sectional championship game, and having a tough couple matches against a team that went all the way to the first and second place state tournament game. So it was tough, and the girls did a wonderful job. It's a great bunch of girls that have learned over the years to work really well together, and I think with the majority of them coming back as seniors next year, we'll see some more success. So that's always a nice thing. And our junior high girls are wrapping up the season. They're in postseason with our seventh graders heading to sectionals next week, and our eighth graders playing for their regional championship game tonight. So we're seeing that success at both levels and in all sports. And of course, the high school girls basketball started last week with their tournament. We hosted a tournament for that group of girls, and they won their tournament. And of course, the boys start their season tonight or tomorrow night. So it has been, some success after success after success.
Yeah. What can you attribute all of that success to? And it's just all the different grade levels and all the sports.
We obviously have some fabulous coaches in our area, but we have a lot of kiddos that are very dedicated, especially to their, if they focus on one area or another. They just play hard. They work together. They've learned over the years that they're teams, and they work as a team, and that's just brought them a lot of success.
Awesome. Yeah, tons to be proud of over there, and just building that culture of success at Nokomis schools. I love that. Let's get more to the academic side right here. I know recently some Illinois report cards were sent out to these districts. How'd you guys fare, and what directions are we moving in post Illinois report card?
Well, my honest belief is that every year is another year, and we have to, work towards bettering ourselves. For our 2024 scores, we did average. We were hoping for better, and things happen. But when you test kids on one particular day or one particular week over some content area, you never know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
But we take those. We keep data. We review the data, and we take that data and say, okay, where can we continue to make improvements? And we do that year after year after year. So, it's no doubt that the administrative team, along with, work with our teachers individually and in groups to ensure that our kids are, getting all the instruction that they can get, getting the assistance, accommodations, or interventions that are necessary, either through Title I programming in reading or math, or other programs that we do with our RTI, which is response to intervention, programs that happen K through 12. So it's an ongoing process. Looking at the data, we just had a data meeting the other week, and if I focus in on one grade level, I've seen some kids grow exponentially in the last 2 months. If they were behind because of maybe summer loss or something like that, they're back at grade level again. So And, we're seeing that successes, and we hope that translates, to the 2025 uh, statewide testing program.
Yeah. This has really been the theme as we've been talking with superintendents and principals throughout all the districts out there. It's the state assessment, and it says it gives you a good baseline of where your students might be. But you said it right there. It's one test on a random day there. How do teachers and how does the administration go about describing to these students that this really important test right here? It's not going to count towards your overall grade, but it's really going to give us an idea of where your academics are. It's just a weird thing to describe to a child trying to learn.
It really is, especially to a third grader when they have to, take them for the first time, and we simply, try to prepare them the best we can. We do practice tests with them. We tell them that this is something that we look at as a way to grow our school and grow our academic program. We give them the tools, make sure they have breakfast in the morning, get plenty of sleep the night before, and just try to prepare them mentally and academically as much as possible, and to do their very best, because that's all we can ask of them.
Absolutely. And you mentioned some really important things right there before you can even step into the classroom. Are you prepared to learn? So many different things are added into this district report card, like absenteeism, and how much money is spent per student. That kind of thing really matters. How have you guys done on that absentee front?
Our absenteeism for student attendance has been pretty good. We have nothing to complain about there. I believe we were in the 93rd percentile.
Great.
So, we constantly work with our families to ensure that, kids are well prepared to come to school. And, every kid is different. Every kid has a different situation that they deal with. And we try to make sure we have constant contact with our parents and our guardians, and sometimes even our grandparents, to ensure that kiddos are prepared to come to school and work hard and learn. That's our overall goal, is to make sure that these kids are getting a quality, great education, so that they can continue to move forward, and then, as I tell them, pursue their dreams after high school, right?
Absolutely. Is that an added benefit right there? Smaller school district, smaller community right there, probably have a better idea of what the home life looks like. You can make that call to parents and try to get that student on the right track. Is that kind of the operation that happens?
Absolutely. I mean, when we're looking at a 16-to-1 average situation, ratio between teachers and students, our teachers are able to make contact with parents a lot easier, whether that be through email or phone calls. We had a great turnout for our parent-teacher conferences at the end of October. So, it's making those connections, not only with the kids, but with the families, and making sure that our teachers are prepared to, have all the information they need to make sure that those kids are successful.
Absolutely. That student to teacher ratio, 16-to-1, that's awesome. I swear I've had classes where I was, one of 30 students. Off the top of your head, is that a good ratio? I mean, do you know, can you compare that?
No, it is pretty good. That's better than state average right now. When they did the new accountability system and the new evidence-based funding model back in 2019, everything's based off adequacy, correct? And we're way above the 70% adequacy, so we're a tier 2 school district now, pushing into the 80s in that aspect. So, we try to keep our K through 2 classes like below 15 if we can. Students, that's the recommended ratio by the state of Illinois. That's not always possible, but it is always a goal, right?
Yeah.
To keep those class sizes low, so those kids can get some individualized or small group instruction, which just helps them in the long run.
Absolutely. You just know. Yeah. Go ahead.
As a small district, we're able to try to manipulate those numbers to the best of our ability. It's a little bit harder with the teacher shortage going on right now, but it's something that we always strive to do.
Yeah, it absolutely makes sense that students are getting extra attention when they need it with that ratio right there. This is Superintendent Scott Dorr on the phone line right now. Superintendent of Tacoma School District. Loving the conversation so far. Much more to talk about when we come back. But you've been listening to the WTIM Pana Morning Show. It's brought to you by our title sponsor, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, along with Pizza Man, Noren's Hardware, your Pana Save a Lot Whiskey Bill Saloon and Liquor Emporium, the City of Pana, and Locked and Loaded Limited live stream brought to you by People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. We'll be right back here on the WTIM Pana Morning Show.
Your information station, WTIM.
Let's check the markets on the RFD Radio Network. I'm DeLaw's Yankee. December corn's down 3/4 of a cent, 4.24. March down 1 1/4, 4.31 3/4. July down 1 1/2, 4.41 1/2. Jan soybeans down 3 1/4, 9.82 1/2. March down 2, 9.92 1/4. May down 1, 10.06 1/2. December wheat up 6, 5.41 3/4. KC up 7 1/4, 5.53 3/4. Livestock's higher. December lean hogs up 37, 82.35. June and July are both trading right at $100 a hundredweight. December live cattle up 75, 187 1/4. January feeders are up $3 a hundredweight, 258.47. Crude oil up 59 cents. The Dow down 303. RFD Radio Network.
Attention hunters and gun owners, you must get to Locked and Loaded Sportsman Paradise in Pana. Take the short drive and shop Central Illinois' premier gun shop. Come see the huge inventory of firearms, ammo, hunting supplies, and accessories. In stock now, custom designed Locked and Loaded t-shirts and headgear. Brush up on your shooting skills at the indoor range featuring 7 shooting lanes. If it has to do with firearms or hunting, you'll find it at Locked and Loaded on Route 16 East in Pana. Locked and Loaded, open 6 days a week. Like them on Facebook.
Dinner time just got easier with Pizza Man of Pana. Enjoy great food that includes amazing pizza, tasty pasta, salad bar, and chili. On Monday nights, enjoy the spaghetti special with garlic bread and a side salad for $8. On Tuesday nights, come in for the lasagna special with garlic bread and a side salad for $9. On Wednesday nights, grab yourself an individual pizza and side salad for $9. Pizza Man of Pana is proud to be serving Pana and the surrounding areas with great Italian food since 1985. Dr. Pavi Gill from Springfield Clinic, Taylorville, is here to remind you about the importance of staying protected from COVID-19 this winter.
As we move into the colder months, it's essential to stay protected from COVID-19. Vaccines are now available, offering the best defense against serious illness. Whether it's your first shot or a booster, getting vaccinated helps protect you and those around you.
Stay protected this winter. Schedule your COVID-19 vaccine at Springfield Clinic, Taylorville by calling 217-287-8855 or walk in today.
Pastor Brian Moore here from Locust Grove Church near Assumption. We are alive and so worth the drive. Find directions to our church and watch our video podcast by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Agriculture is our largest industry. Your agriculture information station is WTIM, AM, FM, and online. Tune in or stream WTIM's over 8 hours a day of ag information featuring our local farm broadcaster to be in the know.
Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome back into WTIM, your information station. We're in the midst of our WTIM Pana Morning Show with Superintendent Scott Dorr of Tacoma School District. Before we move here, thank our sponsors that make it all possible. Our title sponsors, People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, along with Pizza Man, Noren's Hardware, your Pana Save a Lot, Whiskey Bill's Saloon and Liquor Emporium, the City of Pana, and Locked and Loaded Limited. With Superintendent Dorr in that first half, we talked about the world of sports over in Tacoma. A very successful year for him. Some Illinois report card info there and the improvement on their academics. Let's talk about Ed Pathway now, Superintendent Dorr. What is Ed Pathway?
Yeah, so this is the program we started several years ago in conjunction with Lincoln Land Community College, where kids that want to become teachers can become part of the Education Pathway program.
Nice.
They started as a junior. They take 4 college level classes over the 2 years, one each semester. And when they're done at the end of their senior year, they get what is called an Education Pathway endorsement, which goes on their transcripts and it goes on their diplomas. So that they know when they go into their university at the next level to, work on their teacher prep program, they already have 15 semester hours of college credit, plus 120 observational hours.
Wow.
And that should be enough for most colleges and universities in the state of Illinois to get them automatically accepted into that university's College of Education program.
Sure.
So we actually have 2 students that will do that this year. Will have completed a 2-year program in this pathway process. And, I know both of them are super excited about becoming teachers.
Wow.
And hopefully, our ultimate goal is obviously for them to come back to the Montgomery County area or the Nokomis area and become teachers in our own community.
Absolutely. I mean, on one half there, it's solving a teacher shortage crisis there, and you're also giving students just more opportunities for a career pathway. That is awesome. So 2 students utilizing this year. Do you have any idea how many observation hours are needed total? That seems like a ton, easily enough to get you into a school. That's great.
Usually you need about 90 to get into an acceptance into a program.
Okay.
It depends on each college and each university
Yeah.
how many they require. But those kiddos will be ready to go into doing some clinical practices once they, because all their introductory courses will be over with. They'll be able to hop into 300 and 400 level classes on the education pathways.
Yeah.
And they'll be able to go into classrooms and start helping teachers teach and doing all kinds of things that gets their hands dirty and really gets them into those rooms to work with kids and be prepared for when they graduate and get into their own classroom.
That's unbelievable. And you said 15 total credits they'll be walking away with into their first year of college?
Yes.
I mean, it would just speak to that a little bit. They could be taking junior, senior level classes because they won't need to be taking those intro level courses in college.
That's right.
Right.
And it's all free.
Wow.
They get dual credit for those. It's 15 free hours. That's a semester's worth of classes at a normal college level. So hopefully they can get out and get, graduate in 3 or 3.5 years. It kind of depends on how many other dual credit classes they've had. We're actually going to have 2 students graduate this year with almost their associate's degree before they get out of high school.
My goodness.
So it's a great opportunity. Between what we offer here and what we offer through the SCI Innovation Center out of Litchfield, we offer something upwards towards 50 different classes that are dual credits, where kids can get, certifications or, different pathways, whether that be through auto mechanics or building trades, computer science, obviously the education pathways, which we do here in Nokomis, culinary arts, agriculture, and then as the CIS board, which I'm a part of, continues to grow that program, we're looking at machinist classes and manufacturing, and probably some energy as well. So it's an ever-growing opportunity for kids that don't necessarily want to go to a 4-year university, but can get a certificate and work their way into a union trades program, for instance, and get almost all their apprenticeship coursework done before they even get a full-time job.
Yeah. You mentioned trades in there, but there were also super, college educated type of subjects in there where I'm sure you can get a certificate and you can get approved in some of those, computer science related fields, and then you can be qualified for a job out there. This is all just really promising. Are those conversations beginning to pick up as we're ending our first semester?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So kids are, we have several kids in many different vocational programs, and they'll continue to work in their second semester programs as well. Many of them will graduate, high school with a lot of college credit, as well as some potential certifications to, move on to post-secondary, either training, college, or right into the workforce where they will make, more money than, the entry-level position.
Yeah, just amazing. I hear about these students almost graduating with an associate's degree. I think to myself, I probably could have worked a little bit harder in high school there, but I'm glad they have the opportunities. Superintendent, we got about 30 seconds left. Any wrap-up words for our listeners today?
We're coming up on break. We wish the kids the best. We wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, obviously, as we're moving on to that this week. and we'll come back after that and finish the semester strong.
Absolutely. Superintendent Dorr, thank you so much for your time today.
Yep. Thank you. Have a great day.
Absolutely. You too. Superintendent Scott Dorr on the line there of Nakoma School District right here on the WTIM Pana Morning Show. Thank you all for tuning in.
Your information station, WTIM.